Melanie, what are you up to today? I'm at your house now, but my son tells me that you're coming home late tonight. Would you please make an effort to come home earlier so that I can see you today? I'm trying to finish up work and I'll be at home as soon as I'm done. Please don't be angry with me. I have to get this done today. Don't use work as an excuse to avoid seeing me. Work is not an excuse, but you have a point. I don't want to see you given the choice. You're always so mean to me. The last time that you came over, you spilled sugar on the floor on purpose. Do you know how many ants came into our dining room because of that? Well, it's your fault for not wiping up the floors right away. And how dare you say that I spilled the sugar on purpose? I mean, who does that? My hand slipped, that's all. I was watching you. You picked up the container of sugar, opened the lid, and spilled the contents onto the floor. Your hand did not slip. I love how you make up such ridiculous excuses. I know that you can be pretty mean to me at times, but I still like you nonetheless. But sometimes you get carried away. Enough chatting. I need you to come home and make dinner for us. You're not going to make John prepare dinner, are you? He's more than happy to make dinner tonight. In fact, he offered. It makes sense too because I'm still at work. You don't know how John really feels. You pressure him into doing things. He can't say no to you. Besides, as his wife, isn't it your job to prepare the meals? What world are you living in? It's completely normal for men to cook. Whoever said that it was a woman's job to prepare all the meals? Besides, men who cook are really popular with the ladies. That's just what young men are saying because they can't stand up to their girlfriends or wives. What happened to traditional rules like the woman taking care of the house for her husband? Look, we no longer live in a world where women are expected to stay at home and take care of their houses and their husbands. I'm so glad that the rules for women have changed for the better. John doesn't expect me to do all the housework on my own, so I have time to relax whenever I want to. I don't know why John chose someone like you to marry. You say that you're busy with work, but how come you have the time to be texting me right now? I told my boss that my mother-in-law was texting me, so he allowed me to respond, but he's getting impatient with me. Well, get back to work then. I'm so ashamed to have you as my daughter-in-law. I don't think that I'm such a bad wife to John. You, on the other hand, you're a terrible mother-in-law. You're always nagging me and trying to make my life miserable. I'm trying to make you happy too, so please don't be so hard on me. Okay, whatever. I've given up on getting you to prepare dinner for us tonight. I'll make dinner tonight. Are you excited? Why the sudden change in your mood? I don't get it. John already agreed to make dinner for us, so why don't you let him? John came home from work tired. I can't ask him to make dinner. I'm nice, so I'll have dinner ready for you too. Once you get home, we can all sit down for dinner. That sounds nice, but you do know that I'm allergic to wheat, right? What? I had no idea. Well, now you know. I'm allergic to wheat, so there are certain foods that I can't eat. I'm sure that I told you about it before. I thought that you just didn't like wheat. I didn't think that it was an actual food allergy. You shouldn't be so picky about what you want to eat and what you don't. So you think that I'm lying about my food allergy? Why in the world would I do something like that? I hope that you're not going to force me to eat wheat. That would be crazy, even for you. Of course I wouldn't do that. I'm not a monster. I know how dangerous food allergies can be. But in your case, it's not an allergy. You just don't like to eat wheat. You've got it all wrong. I really am allergic to wheat. I have some blood test results if you don't believe me. And I don't believe you. When are you gonna stop lying about having a food allergy? I've seen a photo of you eating bread. That bread was made with rice flour, and it doesn't contain any wheat. That's why I was able to eat that bread. I've never heard of bread without wheat. You must be making this up. And I've seen you eat other things that contain wheat, like fried chicken, for instance. I substitute rice flour for the wheat flour so that I can eat all those foods. How can you not know this? You've been a housewife for how many years now? Are you making fun of me? You know what? I'm going to prove to everyone that you're lying about your wheat allergy. I don't know why this is such a big deal to you. And why can't you be nicer to me? If you don't believe me, please ask John. He knows the truth. I'm not going to bother John with such a silly question. And I don't want him to know that his wife was lying about her food allergy either. I don't want him doubting you for something so small. Then why don't you take a look at my blood test results? That will clear up this misunderstanding. I bet you falsified your blood test results. It's easy to do that nowadays with all the technology that's out there. But why in the world would I do that? What's in it for me? I really need to get back to work now. My manager is not happy that I've been texting you all this time. Well, I'm not going to forgive you for deceiving John and I. None of this is my fault, and I didn't do anything wrong. And I don't enjoy arguing with you either. I wish we got along better. And I know that you spilled milk on me on purpose this morning. Because of it, I was late to work. Well, you should have given yourself more time to get ready for work. Then you wouldn't have been late over spilled milk. Don't blame everything on me. Well, you're clearly to blame. This isn't fair to me. And it's natural to want to stay in bed as long as possible. I was really tired too. I'll be waiting for you with dinner ready on the table. Come home as soon as you can, okay? Okay, see you then. A few hours later. I can't believe that you went as far as calling an ambulance tonight. It looks like you got over your distaste for wheat tonight. You should be grateful to me. 30 minutes later. How long are you gonna keep ignoring me? I know that you're trying to make a big deal out of this by ignoring me, but it's not working. You're not going to fool me with your lies. The wheat allergy is not the only thing that you lied about. Why did you lie about your allergy in the first place? You were fine when I made you eat a piece of bread.
Melanie is in a coma now because of what you did to her!
What? How did that happen? She was perfectly fine a few hours ago.
What the hell were you thinking? This is not a game! Melanie has a serious food allergy, and you made her eat some bread when I wasn't looking! How could you?
John, what do you mean about Melanie being in a coma? Melanie's just pretending. Don't let her fool you.
Did it look like she was acting to you? Because it sure didn't look that way to me. Now she's in the hospital. This is serious. I told you many times that she had a wheat allergy. Why would you bring over some bread when you knew that?
But I've seen her eating bread before, so I thought that it would be okay. I didn't think that she was actually allergic to wheat.
The bread that Melanie was eating was made with rice flour.
She did mention that to me too, but I thought that she was making it all up.
Melanie is really allergic to wheat. Even a small amount can be lethal to her. I can't believe that you forced her to eat bread with wheat in it. What were you thinking? She's in a coma, and I don't know if she's ever going to wake up. How could you do this to her?
But I didn't. Melanie is always lying, so I assumed that it was another one of her lies. It's not my fault that I didn't believe what she was saying to me.
I know that Melanie makes stupid jokes, like telling us that she came home riding a wild boar, but she would never joke about something like this. She likes to joke around, but that doesn't make her a liar. She's the most honest person I know, and I'm sure that you feel the same way.
Well, she made it difficult for me to differentiate between her jokes and her lies.
There's no point in me wasting my time talking to you. That's not going to make Melanie any better.
John, I'm sorry about what happened to Melanie, but it wasn't my fault. I would never do anything to hurt Melanie intentionally, let alone you.
So, you were doing Melanie a favor when you shoved a piece of bread into her mouth? You make me sick. I'm ashamed to be related to you. I'm going to get back at you for what you did to Melanie. You better watch out.
John, can we please talk about this face to face? I'm really sorry about Melanie. You have to believe me.
Shut up! I'm going to tell the police about what you did to Melanie.
Why would you involve the police? This is a family matter.
Well, I no longer consider you to be my family. Melanie is my only family as far as I'm concerned.
Please don't say that.
If you're still at my house, I want you to leave. I never want to see your face again.
But it's the middle of the night. How am I supposed to get home? And it's not like you to threaten me like this. What's gotten into you?
Do you not understand the seriousness of what you've done to Melanie? You committed attempted murder! And the worst part of it all is that you don't even feel bad about what you've done. All you do is keep making excuses for yourself. Now get out of my house!
But A few days later.
Melanie, are you feeling better? I'm so relieved that you came out of your coma. I was so worried about you.
I'm fine now. Thank you. I can't believe that I was in a coma for a few days, though. I guess I'm tougher than I look.
I'm so happy that you're back to being your old self.
What happened with your mother?
I'm furious with her, because she doesn't seem to realize the gravity of the situation and what she did to you. She's making up all these excuses to not make herself look bad.
I see. I can imagine her doing that.
Well, we never have to see her again. I told her that I wanted nothing to do with her. I'm really sorry that I let my crazy mother do this to you. You didn't deserve any of it.
You don't need to apologize, Sean. You didn't do anything wrong.
But I should have been the one to stop her. I had no idea that she would do something so terrible to you. I knew that things between the two of you weren't going well. I should have stepped in sooner and not let this continue for so long.
Don't beat yourself up over this. I know that you did your best to protect me from your mother. I really did want to get along with her. I'm bummed that things didn't turn out well.
Well, I won't ever forgive my mom for what she did to you.
You're absolutely right. She went too far this time and she needs to pay for her actions.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
A few more days later. John? Are you really not speaking to me anymore?
Don't text me. I'm sure that my lawyer told you that we only communicate through him.
I don't have a job or a place to live right now, and I could really use your help. I'm staying in a hotel right now, but I'm starting to run out of money. I can only stay for another 2 nights.
By the way, I used to pay for your smartphone bills, but not anymore. You're on your own now.
Oh.
Thanks for reminding me about that. I need to make sure that the company knows to get in touch with you regarding your bill. I wouldn't want to make the mistake of continuing to pay for your bills.
But if I can't afford to pay my bills, they'll stop my phone.
Well, that's not my problem, is it? Do you really need a smartphone, though? No one wants to talk to you anymore.
Please don't be so cruel to me. You're still my son. Please don't be so cold to me. I'll apologize to Melanie again if that's what it takes to get you to forgive me.
Are you sure that you're not just going to make up more excuses as to why this wasn't your fault?
Well,
And if you really feel so bad, you would be on the phone to Melanie right now, apologizing. You know that Melanie recovered from her coma, yet you haven't reached out to her once. I bet that deep down, you blame Melanie for all this. You don't feel bad about what you did to her.
That's not true. You have to believe me.
I have nothing else to say to you. Please, stop texting me. We're going to sue you for what you did to Melanie, so you better start saving up.
I don't have a job. How am I supposed to do that? Do you expect me to borrow money from somewhere?
Yes, I do. I have no pity for you. This is all your fault. Bye now.
Wait! 10 minutes later. Melanie, it's Miranda. I hope that it's not too late for me to apologize to you about what happened. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Are you texting me because your own son blocked you? I don't want to hear your empty apologies. I really mean it when I say that I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I just had a hard time opening up to you and being honest with you. I regret the way that I treated you, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry. I'm sure that your life isn't going to be easy from now on, but you'll pay us the money that you owe us, right? That's the least you can do to show us that you're really sorry. Melanie, I don't have a job and my family and friends are not speaking to me anymore. Can't you just let this go? I told you how sorry I am. No, I can't. I'll be waiting for your payments. I've got to go now. Bye. I'm in a lot of trouble and I need your help. I went to the hospital yesterday and they told me that I was depressed. I need my family to get through this. I see. But I don't believe a word that you're telling me. You just want me to pity you. I can give you the documents from my doctor if you don't believe me. A doctor's certificate? Isn't that something you could easily falsify using a computer? After John kicked his mother out of the house, Miranda ended up homeless. And she still had to pay an enormous amount of money to me because of what she did to me. She ended up borrowing thousands of dollars in order to pay me. I thought that she would come see John and I to rebut it, but it seemed that she no longer had the energy to fight back. In the end, she moved to the countryside to run away from the loan sharks that were chasing her to pay back the money that she had borrowed. John and I are doing really well. Ever since that incident with his mother, John has been even more careful about the food that I eat so that something like that doesn't ever happen to me again. I can see that he really cares about me a lot.
Damn, you're a bad cook. This lunch looks like dog food. Are you serious?
You're so rude! I work the same hours as you. Be thankful that I cook for you and even make you lunch every day.
Oh my god, stop complaining! Do you want me to divorce you?
Look, if you have a problem with my food, why don't you cook?
What are you talking about?
You don't know?
No, but I don't think you should divorce me because you can't do anything without me.
Are you serious? I'm independent myself. You think you're above me and even threaten me to divorce you every single time we argue.
You should be lucky that you got to marry me in the first place. You are done if I leave you.
I'm actually a lot busier than you, okay? So why don't you help me do things instead of threatening me? I wish you'd think a little more before you speak.
God, you're so annoying.
Excuse me?
I don't have time to listen to your bull. So can you the up?
Aren't you the one that sent me a chat first, though? I'm just replying.
Just listen to what I'm saying. You better cook good food tonight.
I have to work overtime, so I can't cook anything fancy. Is that okay?
Are you joking?
No. I just told you I'm working overtime. Also, you don't tell me what time you come home and also eat out without letting me know sometimes.
Stop complaining and just cook me something tonight.
I'm busy right now, so bye. That night.
I'm gonna eat out tonight.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Why don't you change that attitude?
Oh my god, stop complaining about everything! Hey! When we got married, didn't you say that my food was delicious? Why did it get gross all of a sudden? You just want a reason to pick a fight with me, right?
Well, you're not trying hard enough. Do you know how it feels like eating leftovers every day?
Leftovers? I actually cook for you when I have time. Okay, you know what? We can divorce.
What?
I'm so tired of you. We have the divorce papers that we filled out before, right? Can I just submit it?
Are you threatening me this time? You got some damn nerve. But you better think about this because you're the one that's going to face problems.
I have no problems, actually. You're the one that's going to face problems.
Really?
Yep, I just sent it. Aren't you glad it turned out the way you wanted it to?
Wait, are you serious about this? Divorce?
Yes. Why? Are you panicking?
Are you 100% sure about this?
Yeah, so please leave.
What?
I'm the owner of this house.
Wait, what?
I have way more money than you, so we were paying the mortgage under my name. You forgot?
Wasn't it under mine?
No? Are you stupid?
Excuse me?
Anyways, leave the house right now because you can't live here anymore. We're going to be strangers after the divorce gets approved.
What will happen to the property division?
Sorry, but you won't receive any because I found evidence of you cheating.
What? Cheating?
Why are you surprised? You can't hide anything because I know everything. I already hired a strong lawyer who's my friend, so there's no way you can win. So you should give up. I will make you pay for alimony.
I never cheated on you!
You trying to lie makes me laugh.
I'm so sorry, Melanie. Please forgive me. Wait, you don't know anything about her, right?
I already know everything about her.
Oh, For real?
Yep, let's see. She's your boss's daughter and works at the same company. I already submitted the evidence to the company, so your life is gonna suck from now on. See? I told you that you're the one that's going to be facing problems.
I didn't expect it to be like this. I'm sorry.
This is all your fault, you know.
I will apologize many times and won't make excuses and say mean things to you. So can you take this down?
Are you serious?
Yes! If my company hears about this, I might get fired. If you love me, then please listen to me.
I don't love you, so I'm not going to.
Wait, hey! I just wanted to say that your food is delicious. I won't complain about anything from now on.
From now on? There is no now on.
Can we not divorce? We were meant to be, so can you please give me one more chance?
Absolutely not. It's too late now because I already sent the divorce papers. If you don't leave, I'll sue you for trespassing.
Trespassing? We're still husband and wife.
Well, whatever you say, I won't change my mind, so just give up and leave the house.
Why are you so mean?
I'm not. I'm just telling you straight facts.
Why are you doing this to me?
Why? Maybe you should think about this. You have a brain. Anyways, I'm pretty sure the company will get the evidence soon, so your boss will know, which will suck for you, and I will make sure to get alimony from both of you.
I'm so screwed.
Too bad your plan to threaten me didn't work. Anyways, have a nice life. After the incident. His boss found out about the cheating and he had to get transferred to a company in the middle of nowhere and his salary got lowered, so he's poor now. His parents cut ties with him and he has nobody to help him pay for the alimony, so he ended up getting into debt. Also, people at the new company knew what he did, so everyone is giving him the cold shoulder. Karma's a bitch, but he deserves this. He's now facing problems, so I hope he reflects upon his own mistakes. Sorry, but did you park in our area without permission again? How many times do I need to tell you?
Did you seriously ask for my WhatsApp account from someone just to say this?
Can you tell me your phone number, full name, and the company where you work at?
I don't work at a company because I'm still a student.
College?
Yes.
I see. Anyways, I will say it again, but can you not park your car in our area? I will call the cops.
What's the big deal? I just found a free parking space nearby the place that I usually hang out with my friends at. Also, it looks like you guys are not using it. So...
It's still our property. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
Why can't I park? You guys don't use it, so it's fine. Are you trying to pick a fight with me?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't want to make this problem big. If you're still a college student, you should stay away from problems.
I'm not going to tell you my personal info, so there's nothing you can do. All I'm doing is using the space when I need to, so I'll be using it from now on.
Are you listening to me? Our property is being used for business, so there are times when it's filled with expensive cars. So if you use our space, that's a problem. Don't you see the sign?
What's with that attitude?
What attitude? You're the one that's creating this problem, so you should stop doing this.
My dad's a gang member, by the way, so you shouldn't do anything because he'll come for you.
What's his name?
There's no way I'm going to tell you, because you'll ask for my personal info. Anyways, you should be careful, because you don't want to get hurt at your age, right? I'm being nice here.
Why don't you think about your place now?
What did you just say?
I said, know your place, because you parked in our area without permission, and who cares if your dad is a gang member? There is going to be a penalty for this, so maybe you should stop, because you have a whole life ahead of you.
Don't you dare play with me! You should stop before I get really pissed!
You don't scare me, so you should stop doing this before you get arrested. I'm being nice here.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen to you. If you're scared, let me park my car. It's for your own good.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you should stop. This is the last warning. A few days later. Are you serious? You decide to punch me in the face because I warned you again?
Because you were annoying. There's no way I'm moving my car.
Your life is over now.
What? I just parked the car. What are you talking about? It's your fault because you keep on complaining.
I was going to let you get away with it because you're still young, but not anymore. What you did was out of line, so I will not forgive you.
Shut up! You should be the one to apologize.
I won't, because I don't think I'm wrong.
If you want me to move the car, then pay me 10 grand.
10 grand? Are you serious? Wow, I don't even know what to say to you anymore. You should be prepared for what's about to happen to you.
Oh my god. Do you want me to punch you one more time?
I'll call my dad then.
What? An old woman's father? You're going to bring an old hag? What's he going to do?
If I pay you 10 grand, you'll move the car, right?
Yeah. Oh, are you seriously going to pay me?
Yes, because I want you to move the car.
Nice! Extra bucks.
Can you come by my house?
Of course! Wow, getting 10 grand? I don't need to work anymore.
I would appreciate it if you would come as soon as possible. A few hours later.
Who the hell are they?
Did you seriously hide in the bathroom? You can't run away from this, so why don't you come out?
Who are those scary-ass men?
Didn't I say that I was gonna call my dad? He's actually a gang boss, and this is his house.
What?
He hasn't come home lately, so I was staying home by myself. I told him about you and how you punched me in the face, and he's pissed off.
So you're his daughter, and the place I was parking was at the gang's house? You're joking, right?
Do you think that I can joke about this? Why don't you come out?
I'm so sorry about this! Please forgive me! I truly apologize from the bottom of my heart! I didn't mean to hit you! It was an accident!
You're so bad at making excuses. This is not something forgivable.
Please forgive me! It's all my fault!
Of course it is. By the way, isn't your dad a member of the gang? Can you tell me his name because I want to talk to him? If I talk to him, maybe you don't need to deal with it by yourself.
Oh, about that,
Was it a lie?
well, kind of. My dad might not be a member.
Why don't you just be honest and say that he's not? I mean, you can't run away from this situation.
Sorry, I lied! I'm also very sorry for hurting you. I will move the car and never park there, so can you forgive me?
I knew you were lying from the beginning, actually, because your parents should have known about this place and warned you not to park the car there.
Please forgive me. I'm just a college student. Since I quit my part-time job and have no money, I wanted to park for free and found this place. I really didn't mean to do this.
Sorry, but I won't forgive you. Are you crying in the bathroom? I can hear you. Do you think I'll help you? Life is not easy. Be responsible for your own actions. You're 21, so you should understand this.
Wait, how do you know my age?
Frank Stein, 21 years old. See? Now you know how quickly someone will know your personal info, right?
Are you going to tell my college about this?
Of course, I already contacted them.
I was offered a job at a company and it's almost graduation. Are you serious?
Didn't I warn you? If your college hears about this, I think the job offer will be taken down. This is your own fault.
My life is ruined. Did I do something that bad?
Stop messing around, you spoiled piece of shit. There was a lot of complaints about you parking, and also you punched someone in the face. You should think about what you've done. Oh, and about your car? We threw it away.
What? My car!
Your parents will be pissed off. Well, this is a good lesson for you, right? Come on out now. After the incident, Frank got really scared and tried to escape, but got caught by my dad's followers, and he was shoved in the car and got sent off somewhere. He returned a few days later, but his personality had completely changed when he came back. He kneeled down on the ground and apologized to me. He started to be one of my dad's followers, and he really settled down. His job offer was, of course, taken down, and had to end up quitting college. He's learning from his mistakes and starting his life over again. If he thought before acting, his life would have been different. But maybe this was meant to be.
Hey, old hag. How have you been doing? Your arthritis isn't acting up, is it?
You're really gonna start off the whole conversation with a big screw you, huh? What do you want from me? Also, just so you know, you probably shouldn't be saying things like that to people. Kind of a giant red flag for anyone that's dealing with you. You're basically announcing to the world that you're someone no one would want to deal with.
Well, it's true what they say about old hags, though, isn't it? You guys really do talk too long about things no one cares about.
I think it's better than young bitches who seem to have about 10 functioning brain cells, don't you think? So what do you want from me?
What are you planning on giving me for my wedding present, huh? I want to know what to look forward to.
Oh, wait, what?
I don't want you to get anything that someone else has already said they would get for me. Honestly, since you're such an old hag and out of touch with nice things, you can just give me straight cash, too.
How about you stop calling me an old hag when you're asking the person for a gift, huh? I appreciate you being candid to me, but listening to you talk is seriously just pissing me off.
I mean, can you really blame me? You don't look like you have any kind of sense of fashion, so I'd rather you just give me money, okay?
I didn't even know you were getting married. I guess part of me really didn't care either. Congratulations anyway.
Huh? We spoke about it today, though, didn't we? Come on, Rita. How could you pretend you were listening to me when you really weren't? That's so mean. Wait, hang on. Is your sense of hearing already going away? I knew you were way too old for your own good. Good. I really don't want to get old. It's terrifying.
I did not expect anyone to be telling me all this at the age of 35. Seriously, I'm not even in my 40s yet. My sense of hearing is going bad because I forgot about the story where you're getting married? Yeah, okay. If anything, I want you to praise my sense of hearing for intentionally filtering useless information such as you getting married from my brain.
Oh, come on. You're totally lying when you say useless information. You must be really jealous of me for getting married at such a young age. You must wish you were young and beautiful like me, huh?
Wait, what? How would I be jealous? What exactly am I jealous of?
Of course you're jealous. Why wouldn't you be jealous of me? You're like 10 years older than me. You understand that? You're literally a living fossil to me. And yet, you haven't even gotten married yet. I actually kind of feel a little bit bad for you, Rita. But that doesn't mean that you should feel jealous or envious of your cute coworker who's nice and young. If you get all jealous on me, I'm going to have to get upset.
I don't know what the hell you're saying, and it's honestly kind of spooking me. Anyway, whatever. Congratulations on your marriage, I guess. I'll think of something for your wedding gift. Don't worry about that. By the way, when is your wedding anyway? I don't remember that.
Wait, hold on. You're not actually suggesting that you want to attend my wedding, right? You're literally 35 and you want to come to my wedding?
Okay, I see. You don't want anyone that's over 35 coming to your wedding. Literally everyone is going to be younger than 35 that's attending, huh? That means that all of your relatives will also be younger than 35 years old, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I don't want an old hag that's not married and single at 35 to come to my wedding because she's totally bad luck for everyone around her.
I'm not sure how that's bad luck. Am I some kind of witch doctor or something?
A doctor? How full of yourself do you have to be calling yourself a doctor?
That's literally not what I meant when I said that to you, but okay, whatever, smooth brain. This must be the thing that everyone calls generational gap, because you're not understanding a single thing that I'm talking about with you. And I'm sure as hell not understanding anything that you're telling me.
Look, it's simple. I'm not going to let you into my wedding, okay? You are not coming to my wedding. You're just going to come to look for men to get married to, right? I know what you're thinking of at age 35 and being single. But I am telling you right now that I do not want some old lady to show up at my wedding like that to ruin things. You're going to embarrass me and my friends if you start flirting with them, so just stay the hell away.
I had zero intention of doing any of that, just so you know, but whatever, okay? I also didn't even want to attend your stupid weddings, so if anything, this works out in my favor because I don't have to come up with an excuse. I just wanted to know when you were going to get married because I was curious, but I guess that wasn't a good idea either.
As soon as I get married, I'm going to be leaving my job, just so you know. I've already spoken to my bosses and told them that I'm going to be leaving as soon as I'm married, too.
I see. Congratulations.
My fiance is actually pretty well off. I mean, he looks kind of but, money is good and money talks. He's kind of boring too, to be honest with you. But he's an elite salesman at a huge company in Wall Street. I actually chose him out of several people I was seeing because I knew that this man had a really bright and rich future ahead of him. It's nice that I was able to get married to him while I was still able to make different choices and not be old and out of choices, Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that you're being completely disingenuous when you say that, but whatever. Anyway, like I said, congrats. Yeah. Thank you so much, old lady. But I'm just curious. You said that he's got an face and he's pretty boring or something. Why would you marry him anyway? Wouldn't you want to marry someone who looks good or is at least funny to you? I've actually been dating several people all at once, just like I said earlier. I gotta see my options. Wait, what? As a result, he was the one that hit all the checkboxes, And by checkboxes, I meant that he has the most income and the most promising future. I mean, there were a few things that were kind of sketchy, and I'm not sure I like them, but overall, he was the one who passed with flying colors, Yay, me! Ah. That's how you were comparing everything? This was all just some kind of competition to you, huh? I mean, it has nothing to do with me, so I can't really say anything about it, but I wonder what your fiance would say if he found out about the fact that you were dating around and seeing other people while you two were dating. He's a little older than me, actually. Kind of like you, I mean, he's still younger than you. The old hag of the company, oh my god. But that's not saying much considering you're friends with dinosaurs. He must be so happy to be able to marry this cute and young woman who's willing to do anything for him. He'll be so happy and satisfied when he's with me, so for us, it's a win-win, you know what I mean? We're all happy here. I see. Oh well, whatever. As long as you two are happy about the whole thing, then whatever. Me personally, I wouldn't like it if my fiance was talking about me and our marriage like some kind of trade deal, but that's just me. Literally, no one would want to marry you, you dumbass. You're unwanted, a leftover on the shelf. No one would want to marry a 35-year-old hag who talks way too much and clearly has way too much baggage. You literally overcomplicate everything. No one wants you. Yeah, you go ahead and keep talking, and I don't really care what you have to say. Anyway, congratulations on your marriage. Thanks. And seriously, please, please, please don't come to my wedding, okay? Promise me. Literally no one in this world wants to see some old bitch who's sad and depressed because she can't find love at all. Understood. I will not be attending your shitty wedding. I think you're probably going to be jealous of me for a while, but if you want to be upset at someone, you should definitely be upset with yourself. The fact that you're old and saggy, and you missed your chance to get married to someone. Yeah, literally no one would ever be mad or upset at anyone else for them getting married. Like I said, none of this has anything to do with me. I was just giving you my 2 cents is all. Goodbye. Have a good one. I specifically asked you not to come to the wedding. Why the hell are you at my wedding? You even specifically told me that you were completely uninterested and that you had nothing to do with me. You promised me you wouldn't come. I knew you wanted to be around me. Stop acting like you just didn't care about anything. Are you some kind of stupid? Seriously? Have you been inhaling paint fumes or something?
No, I'm pretty sure that you're the one that's being stupid right now.
Huh? What?
You don't even know why I came to the wedding, do you? And before asking me what I'm doing here, you ran up behind me and literally kicked me in your heel. Are you ashamed at all? Or is your brain incapable of feeling shame?
You're the one who should be ashamed. How dare you come to my wedding after I specifically told you to stay away? Are you not embarrassed that you came all this way to dig for men? You realize that everyone sees through your lies, right? Why the hell did this old hag bitch show up to my wedding? I don't want anyone thinking that we're friends at all, because we're not. They would think less of me for being around you at all. Get the hell out.
You know, you're acting awfully tough trying to chase me out of your wedding. Are you really sure that you should be doing that right now? I would think twice if I were you.
What the hell? What are you even talking about right now? Ha! You came all this way to your coworker's wedding and you want to find a man that badly? OMG. No one is ever going to fall for you, Rita. It's just impossible. Actually, there's a couple reasons it's impossible, and one of them is that you're way too old. How about you just give up and accept your single life all alone?
Okay, I understand.
Ah, so you finally accepted, huh? Good.
I've given up on any hope that having a conversation with you will lead to some kind of understanding of each other. This was all just a waste of time from the get-go. I never should have tried.
Some old bitch is showing up uninvited to my wedding. Of course I'm going to chase you the hell out. If you finally understand the kind of position you're in after getting kicked in your stupid herniated back, you need to get the hell out.
All right, well, you go ahead and tell my little brother, the groom, I said hey.
Huh? Little brother? What are you talking about?
I'm actually going to go home peacefully and quietly, okay? Don't worry. You go ahead and tell my brother I said hey, and that I'm only going home because of his fiance.
Wait, hold on, Rita. What are you talking about, little brother?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Your fiance, the groom, Randall, is literally my younger brother. Talk about living in a small world, huh?
What the hell are you talking about, Rita? Stop lying. You're not making any sense, and I'm tired of entertaining your stupid conversation already.
I mean, it's a fact, so what do you want me to do about it? Not like you could just wish it away. I most definitely was not invited to this wedding by you. You're absolutely correct. You told me to stay the hell away, and that was my intention, but, you know, my younger brother really likes me, and he invited me to his wedding as his family member, so... Unfortunately, though, his fiancée happened to be the same empty-headed girl that uninvited me from the wedding. So...
You're lying. Tell me that you're lying, Rita, please. This isn't just some kind of BS that this old hag is just spewing to mess with me, right?
I don't think I've ever done anything to specifically target you and make you feel bad, but... You've been saying that on your own, right? I don't think you'd be able to come up with a single example of when I actually did anything to single you out. Who is the one that's literally name-calling me right now? It wasn't me. You've never even called me by my name. It's always old something. Read all of our messages, and you get someone to tell me who's singling out who in this conversation. You freaking grenade.
Wait, hold on. Are you seriously calling me a grenade right now? There's no way, right?
Who the hell else would I be talking to right now? You literally kicked me without saying a single word after I showed up at the wedding. Not a single word. What kind of nerves do you have coming at me like that? I mean, seriously, I just don't understand.
Wait, hang on just a second, Rita.
You're way too late now, Anne. You've gone way too far for me to be comfortable. I'm going to go home now. I've already left the wedding venue, just like you asked me to. I will not be attending the wedding. It might be a huge problem now that I'm not going to be at the wedding, considering I am the older sister of the groom after all. But to be fair, you brought this on yourself. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Anyway, whatever. Good luck. Have fun. Bye-bye.
No answer. Please answer the phone, Miss Rita. I'm begging you. Please pick up. What do you want from me now?
I don't have anything I want to talk to you about anymore. I've already tried my best to talk to you.
I have things that I want to talk to you about, Miss Rita. You can't just vanish on us like that. You really are a pain in my side right now. I didn't know that this was what would happen. Randall is so pissed off because he found out what was going on. He says that he won't talk to me until I fix things. Please, come back right away. I need you to be at this wedding.
I don't care how many times you call me, Anne. I'm just going to ignore your call. I will never answer any of your calls. I don't have anything I want to talk to you about, so don't call me.
Why would you say such a thing to me, Rita? Come on, don't be like that. We're gonna be relatives soon, you know what I mean? We can't do this to each other. You're really setting yourself up for a really bad relationship from now on. Don't be like this, sis.
I honestly have no intention of ever having to interact with you as a relative. Even after we become relatives, just so you know.
Wait, what are you talking about, Miss Rita? I don't understand.
I'm saying that I'm going to tell my younger brother everything that you told me before you got married. I've decided that after you decided to roundhouse kick me in the back without saying a word.
What? What do you mean you're going to tell him everything? I literally haven't told you anything at all. Nothing that's incriminating anyway.
Well, how about the fact that you were dating several people at once and not actually making a decision until you felt like it was okay? I think that Randall has a right to know about everything that you've been iffy about this whole time.
Wait. Don't be so rash like that, Rita.
You can't just stop me like that. You've got to come to terms with what you've done in the past. Don't worry about it. I've already taken the liberty of letting my younger brother know about everything. I sent the screenshots from our text messages earlier. I think you're a little too late there, Anne.
Are you being serious right now, Rita? Please tell me you're just joking.
I'm sure he's figured out now that you're just going after the money or status now. It's not because you actually love my younger brother. Or anything like that. You're just using him. I think he's already figured out that he's basically just being compared against other men, too. That you couldn't really decide till you thought that he had a lot more money.
You realize what you're doing to me, right, Rita? You're kind of breaking everything that I've built up. If you keep this kind of thing up, Randall is going to freak out on me and get really pissed off. And I'm going to have to deal with it. Actually, it looks like he's already freaking out at me, so yeah, thanks for that, Rita. I need you to do something for me, or this whole thing is going to go to shit, and I can't have that happen.
Yeah, if this keeps up, the whole wedding might just be called off, huh? Maybe even your engagement. I think there's a saying for that. It fits perfectly. What was it? Oh yeah, rest in peace.
What? Are you seriously going to abandon me that easily? This cannot just go like this. You have to save me. The only reason that I'm being cornered and chased into this situation is because of one person, Miss Rita. And that person is you, Miss Rita. It's all your fault that I am in this situation. Do you not have any intention of helping me out at all?
Yeah, I literally have zero intention of helping you out at all. Especially considering I literally haven't done anything at all. If anything, you're the one that kicked me in the back and just chased me out of my own younger brother's wedding.
Yeah, apparently Randall's friends actually saw that whole thing go down too. They all told Randall about what happened. They couldn't keep it to themselves. Can you do me a favor and just tell him that it's not what it looks like? That there's more to it than just me kicking you? It's just a complete misunderstanding, and frankly, it kind of hurts me.
Dude, you know what hurt? You kicking me in the back. What exactly is the misunderstanding part anyways? It's a fact that you tried to chase me out of your wedding by kicking me in the back. Or am I remembering this whole thing incorrectly? What more or less was there that happened? That's literally factual information that they're saying.
I mean, that might be the case, and everything you said might be true, but I don't know. The only thing I was trying to do was chase some old bitch who was past her prime out of my lovely, amazing wedding.
Yeah, just so you know, our boss was also watching the whole thing unfold in front of his eyes too. He's going to be going home with me too. He said that he doesn't want to take part in your celebration.
Wait, why? Why would he want to go home too?
Well, it looks like you weren't listening to anything that anyone else had to say at all, but I'm going to be getting married to him this summer.
Wait, what? Married? What the hell? I did not hear anything about that at all. I would remember some old lady getting married miraculously.
Yeah, I kind of figured that you weren't listening. But that's just the way it's going to be, so yeah. You should be happy that you already submitted the paperwork for your resignation. Think about if you hadn't. Realize that this whole debacle was more than enough for our boss to fire you, right? At the very least, if not sue you.
But the department manager is really young, and somehow already the manager of the department. He's super elite and actually going places. And to top it all off, he looks really amazing. Why would a man like him be with such a slob like you?
Sorry to break it to you, Chief, but you're just another cheap woman and I'm not. I'm actually kind of impressed by how aggressively you can talk trash about me after all that's come to light. You really do have some kind of belief in yourself, I'll give you that. This pretty much guarantees the fact that you're going to be out of a job real soon. You might not even be able to get married. And you know what else that means? You're just going to be a jobless woman. You're really taking the L on this whole thing, aren't you, buddy? You've lost your marriage partner and you've lost your job all in one go.
I am going to get married. I haven't lost him yet. What are you talking about, Rita?
Yeah, that's if Randall is still interested in you after he found out about everything behind the scenes and seeing you dropkick his sister.
It's all your fault, Rita. You sent some random screenshots when you really didn't need to do that. The only reason that he's getting mad at me right now and I'm under the microscope is because of you, Rita. The wedding should have started already and it hasn't even begun. This is all your fault and I want you to pay for it. Why the hell isn't anything starting? What the hell am I supposed to do about this?
I don't know, Anne. What do you think people should do about this?
I'm so pretty and cute, though. Why is this happening to me? People who are cute and young like me don't deserve this kind of treatment.
You realize that being young and cute has an expiration date, right? You've got maybe a year, 2 years tops.
What?
In that short duration, you've got to find someone who will deal with your crazy and deranged ass. Who also apparently happens to be pretty rich and willing to spend all of that money on you. I mean, just to be honest with you, With a personality like that, I'm not sure you're ever going to find true happiness, though. Good luck! Anyway, that's it for me. See ya! Anne had been told off by Rita, and she was initially really shocked by the whole ordeal. That wasn't the end of her whole shit show, however. In addition to Rita telling her off, Randall was also beyond furious by all the new facts that were brought to his attention. He was also furious that he was tired of dealing with Anne and her antics, so he just cancelled the wedding outright and paid for the cancellation fees. The whole wedding was called off in the middle of the event, and the engagement was called off as well. She lost her job and quickly became jobless and single in the blink of an eye. She's trying her best to try and find the next victim for her to try to sink her teeth into, but she's got no money, so she's having difficulty even going on dates, and so she's just getting older day by day. You can really see where this is going to end up in the near future. Rita, on the other hand, married the department manager who was very wealthy and smart. Her marriage was celebrated by many people, and it was the polar opposite of what you saw with Anne and her failed wedding.
Okay, Luna, I think I've had just about enough of you. I think that you've served your purpose. Everything's been sorted. I just wanted to say thank you for your hard work, but your services are no longer needed.
Huh? What are you talking about, Ava? What's with this sudden message? What do you even mean by I've served my purpose?
You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, you're a bit stupid, aren't you? I'm talking about not needing you in my life anymore. I wouldn't even bother considering me as family anymore. I'm going to get married and get filthy rich.
Oh, so you've made the decision to get married? Well, that's good. Congratulations to you and James. He's a great guy to get married to.
Wait a minute. What? How do you know about James? I didn't even mention who my groom was going to be.
Well, it's pretty obvious that there's already a connection between the two of you, but Ava, that's great news. Isn't it a blessing to be able to get married to someone you love?
I don't know about that one. My views are quite different from yours.
What are you talking about? What do you mean about me being different? I don't understand what you're getting at.
Okay, so I'm the one who actually went to university. I didn't have to resort to working as a high school hostess like you did. And also, you're already getting so old and your looks and health are only going to keep declining. That's why I want nothing more to do with you before you become extra baggage for me to deal with.
I don't get why you would say that to me when it's not even remotely true. What do you mean? Do you just want me to disappear? Don't say such weird things to me right now. We should be celebrating you getting married.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want to you. I don't need you to celebrate my nuptials with me. I don't want to be celebrating close to the poorest people I know. It's impossible for me to be proud of a sister who only runs a water business. You've hardly accomplished anything in your life. I don't think it's anything but disgusting, actually.
I'm doing the best I can with what I've been given in life, Ava. Until now, I've been working hard so that I was able to raise you properly. You were only 10 years old when our parents passed away. That's not an easy thing to go through for either of us. There were only so many jobs that I could do as a high school graduate. I didn't have a lot of options. But luckily, I was able to get something so you were able to afford to go to university like you wanted to. I think it would be nice to show a little bit of gratitude towards me. I've worked so hard, so could you at least acknowledge that?
Okay, well, I guess I'll thank you, but are you kidding me with all of this? Do you think I asked you to do all those things for me? Do you think I asked you to run a water business so you could pay for the things you need? I'm about to get married and I see no need to have you around anymore. If you even think about planning on causing me trouble, I want you to stop thinking about it. I'm already about to stop contact with you. You'll practically be a stranger to me.
What are you saying? Why would you want to do something like this to your only sister that's done nothing but help you? Stop saying those terrible things to me. This isn't funny anymore, Ava. I'm looking forward to the wedding ceremony, okay? I'll do my best to help make the day really special for you and James, and you can just tell me what I need to do. Just tell me what I need to do for you.
You say those sorts of things like we're family or something. I thought I told you before that I didn't want you as a part of my family anymore. Or were you just not reading my messages hard enough? I don't want a sister who can only sell water and does nothing for me. I don't need someone like that in my life anymore.
Ava, please. Why don't you just calm down a little bit and think about this rationally? Think about what you're saying here, okay? While I've been nothing but kind to you, I'm waiting for you to think about the terrible things you said and apologize to me for that.
Excuse me? You want an apology for what I said? Don't make me laugh. There's no way that I'd apologize to some scumbag sister who does nothing but sell water for a living.
Excuse me? So I'm just a scumbag who sells water and doesn't help out in any other way? How could you say something like that to your own sister? You're definitely over-exaggerating, right? You really don't think that of me, do you? Stop saying things that are going to hurt me. This would also affect how other people see you as well. Please stop being so cruel to me.
Don't think you can boss me around just because you're the one who worked and paid for my school tuition. I didn't tell you to do those things. I didn't ask for you to earn money so that I could go to school.
I guess I see what you mean now. I suppose I'll just have to try and forget the things you've said and the things I've done for you over the years. Well, then I'm looking forward to helping you prepare for your wedding ceremony. I hope that you'll let yourself cool down in the meantime.
Luna, how many times do I have to make this known? You know your position with me. You need to get out of here. I don't need an older sister who started a water business after graduating from high school. It's such a low-level thing to do. It's just a dirty, good-for-nothing job, and you're not welcome here. So leave. I don't want you having anything to do with me anymore.
I don't get why you're doing this, Ava. I'm the older sister who raised you and gave you everything you needed, and you just kick me out of your wedding? It seems like you've been brought up in the worst possible way. I'll have to take some responsibility for that as well. You've got such a terrible personality that I just can't handle it anymore. It makes me want to just give up on you.
Oh, would you shut up, you good-for-nothing sister? There's really no use in you trying to show someone else's personality. You'll not be involved in my life from now on. I'm getting married, and you serve no purpose to me anymore.
You're saying all this in such an arrogant way. I just don't get it. You're going to regret saying all these rude things to me.
You think I'm going to regret this? There's no way that'll happen. I'll cut you off and be extremely happy about it. To be honest, I didn't need for you to exist in the first place. I never needed you.
Ava, everything I did and what I sacrificed was all for you. You really think that you didn't need me?
Don't even ask me those sorts of questions. I'll never give you an answer. Don't you realize that it was your choice to raise me and start that water business of yours? You don't have any right in participating in my ceremony if I don't want you there. You're just a lowlife at the bottom of society. Just go home, Luna.
Fine, have it your way then. I'll leave you to it. I'll go home.
I'm cutting you off as of now. But don't bother coming near my wedding ceremony.
Fine, let's do this then. I'll go home as you wish, and I'll cut my ties with you too. Are you sure you want this to happen? You know, it's not too late to take back what you said, okay? You don't want to regret anything, right?
I've already made my decision, Luna. I'm not going to regret anything I've done or said to you.
Okay, that's fine. I was just asking. I guess I'll just be some stranger to you from now on and vice versa. I think I've taken good care of you up until this point in your life. Don't you agree?
It was just help that wasn't necessary. I didn't need your help then, and I don't need it now.
I guess this is where we part ways. Goodbye, dear sister. I thought that we'd become strangers to each other now. What are you doing calling me if you've wanted nothing to do with me?
What is this I hear about someone being a lifesaver from the groom's father? They're saying that you, my good-for-nothing sister, is a lifesaver? For what? You don't do anything.
I think I know what they're talking about. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've told you what's been going on, Ava. One time, James's father was in my store and he ended up collapsing on the floor. He wanted to say that I saved his life. I went to take a first aid course and it ended up coming in handy. His father needed to be resuscitated, so I performed CPR on him.
Huh? He collapsed? How did I not hear anything about this happening? James usually tells me everything, especially when it comes to his family.
That's what I just said to you, Ava. I didn't end up telling you what happened. I never told you every little detail about what I've done in my life. Even if I don't mention it to you, it shouldn't be that big of a concern, should it?
But that's something important that I should have been told to me about my fiance and his family, right? Why wouldn't you tell me something like that when it's so important to know? When did all of this happen? I had no idea that of all people you were James's dad's lifesaver.
I guess so, but I was right in not telling you all the details. If I said something like that to him, it would feel like I'm over-exaggerating when I'm introducing myself to him. I didn't say anything about it because I thought that you wouldn't like me talking about it anyway. No matter what I do, you always complain, and I feel like I'm being patronized. So does that make sense why I didn't say anything until you just found out?
But isn't it just the same as hiding that type of information from me? What were you planning to do by going out of your way to hide something so important from your little sister?
I'm not saying I wasn't hiding it from you, because I kind of was. You complain about everything I do. You never try to understand what I'm saying to you. So this is what happens in the end, and you get so bitter about it. Even if I told you, I bet the same outcome would have happened.
You're completely wrong. No, it wouldn't have. This is all happening because you didn't tell me about James's father. So that I was able to marry James without any issues since you saved his dad's life?
Well, to put this in simple terms, yes, it's true. James's father has been using our store for a long time. He's a valuable customer for the business. They often used the business as a place to entertain, though. While he was there, he suddenly collapsed and needed CPR. Luckily, I just got my first aid qualification a few days before it happened.
Huh? You got training to do that? I had no idea you were doing additional things for your job.
Well, his father was very grateful that someone was there to revive him. He said that he would do something for me as I saved his life. I said to him that I was worried about my sister's future and what she was going to do with her life. I asked him if he knew anyone who is single and talented so that I can introduce him to you. Then he shocked me by introducing his own son, out of all people.
Oh my god, and that's how I became James's fiance? Are you seriously kidding me? I mean, I was worried about the future, yes, and if I was going to be an unnecessary burden, but I had no idea that our introductions to each other were set up that way. I can't believe it.
I'm not saying it was a setup, though, Ava. Wouldn't it have been better if you were introduced to each other properly and where it benefited both of you? Of course, encounters like that are hard to come by, but if you fell in love with each other and got married, then it would all work out for you. I don't think I have anything more to say on the matter. I already decided to cut ties with you, Ava, and I'm going to stick by what I said. But I think the polite thing to do would be to tell James's father what's going on between us so he doesn't get suspicious.
Wait, what? You've already told him about our arrangements? Why would you do that?
Why would I do that, Ava? Haven't you been listening to a word I've been saying? His parents are probably expecting me to attend the ceremony today if I didn't tell them what's going on. I even told him that I wouldn't help you out ever again, as that's what you wanted. He seemed a bit panicked, to be honest.
Look, don't worry about all those things that I said before. It's not a big deal, okay? Why don't you just get back here so you can check up on me? James will be wondering what's going on if you don't show up. If things continue the way they are, this wedding could get postponed, right? Or maybe even canceled? I don't want that to happen.
Oh, really? Is that what'll happen if things do go the way they're supposed to, Ava?
Luna, please. You're already sounding like someone I don't know. Don't reply like this. Are you being like this because of all the things I didn't mean to say before? Is that your problem?
It's not just because of the things you said to me, Ava. It's also because you said that you don't need me to help you or do anything for you. I'm tired of all the abuse that you keep throwing at me. It's driving me insane, and I've had enough of it. Did you forget that you kicked me out of the wedding venue and also chased me out so that I wouldn't come back?
Yes, I did do that. But it was just a harmless action I did to drive you away. I didn't use that much force, did I? I couldn't think of any other ways to get you to leave the venue. You were too stubborn to move.
I can't believe that any sister of mine had to resort to violence to get what she wanted. It's unbelievable. I'm so disappointed in you and how you've turned out. My heart aches for what you grew up to be. I'm sorry that you turned out like this. This isn't how I wanted to raise you.
Please, I'm begging you, don't say anything more like that to James.
You're telling me to not say anything more in front of him?
Yes, there's so many that's been ruined, and it's all your fault. He told me that he couldn't understand why I treated you like I did and what I said to you. You don't think it's cruel that I treated you that way in front of my fiance, do you?
Of course I do! You shouldn't treat family like you did. I guess he's going to figure out what kind of person you are now.
What? What are you talking about? What could he possibly do since I've kicked you out of my wedding ceremony?
First of all, I think James is a decent person, so he knows what you've done is wrong. Don't you think what he said was right, though? I'm the one who's raised you as our parents weren't here to look after us. You don't think you can just cut off your sister because you're marrying a rich man, can you? I think there's a lot of people who are attending your wedding ceremony that can't understand that.
That's not what I'm trying to say. Not at all. Why are you saying all this to me? I just want to be married to a nice man.
If that's not the case that you want to marry a rich man, then what are you talking about, Ava? I don't believe you for a second that you wanted to marry James just because he's a nice guy. You literally said earlier that you wanted to marry a rich guy. Now that the truth is floating about, the groom's family will cause a huge commotion without me even being there. That's what my expectations are of this wedding, but I guess it doesn't really matter to me now. I can't call you my little sister anymore. What you've done is too much to handle. I don't care about your wedding or anything about what happens for that matter.
Please, just wait a minute. You know that's not true. You cared about what happened before, even while I was saying all those things to you, but they weren't true, I swear.
If you cut ties with me, Ava, they won't allow you to get married to their son. You understand that, right?
Yes, so that's why you need to help me out here. Tell them that it was all just a misunderstanding. I'm starting to panic really bad here. I didn't realize that you held such an important part in me getting married as you didn't tell me what you did for James's father. If I had known all those things, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't be in such a panic about what his family are going to do to me.
Why should I help you? I think sooner or later it would have turned out like this. You're only 22 years old, and thanks to me, you've gotten through college. You've got many chances to start your own life again in the future. This won't end everything. But I'm not helping you get there anymore. You need to do this by yourself. You know, be independent. Good luck.
No, please, wait a second, Luna. You're not abandoning me, are you? Not my big sister.
I'm not abandoning you. I just wish to cut ties from you after what you've said and done to me recently. I'm just a stranger to you, right? We've got no connection, okay?
No, you're wrong. You don't realize how important your relationship is to me. Please come back. I really need my big sister supporting me. Please, I am begging you. Won't you please listen to your cute little sister and come back to the wedding venue so I can get married? You can stand beside me at the altar and listen to our vows, and you can even catch the bouquet of flowers. Please take care when you get to the venue, as there are a lot of people hanging around.
Who are you? I don't have a little sister anymore.
What? Luna, what do you mean? Of course I'm your little sister. Don't leave me.
Don't you understand that I'm cutting you off? You constantly look down on me because of my water business. I was so frustrated and annoyed at you for that. I only did what I could to get you through school and for you to have a roof over your head. I started my own shop 2 years ago, and I started working independently, and that's what I'll focus on now.
Really? You started your own business? How come you never told me that?
Because you believed that I was a low-level person in society that earned hardly any money. Why would I tell you what I was doing when all you do is complain? You don't want others to think that you put people down based on their profession, do you? This is a good opportunity here to leave this conversation. Don't contact me ever again and don't come near me. I'm just another stranger to you.
Sister, please, don't do this to me. You can't just abandon your own flesh and blood. We're sisters, remember? I really didn't think that things would go this far. I'm really sorry. Please, come back, Luna.
Didn't I tell you earlier that you were going to regret doing what you did to me? I'm glad that I don't have anything to do with you. It's going to be so much more relaxing around here. You are honestly such a troublesome little girl. I just let you get away with too much. Good luck. I hope you're able to get married. I'm not there to help, but don't doubt your ability to do anything. I'm sure you can complain yourself out of your problems. By the way, I want the money back for the tuition fees I paid for and the money I put towards the wedding expenses. Please and thank you.
Are you kidding me? But I don't have that kind of money to give you right now. Please don't do this to me. I can't do life without you.
Good luck with the repayments. I expect them in due course. Don't try and create more trouble for others, my scumbag little sister. After all that, James broke down in front of Ava about how horribly she treated me. He called off the wedding not long after I left. James was also told beforehand to break off the engagement to her as well. It seems that she's completely lost her place in life and missed out on so many opportunities because of her bad attitude. I also asked Ava to pay back the entire amount for her school tuition and the money that she used to pay for the wedding ceremony. She didn't expect this to happen to her, and I was such a pushover. She really didn't think that she was going to regret saying those terrible things to me. It seems like she's completely lost her way and lost sight on what to do next. Honestly, she just needs to get a job and pay back what she owes me. It's the least she could do for me considering all the things I've done for her.
Hey, you low-life loser. I heard you've gotten married, LOL. I'm so surprised that there's actually someone on this planet that's willing to marry a woman like you, LOL. Don't tell me that this is going to be some kind of fraudulent marriage, right? Eleanor, it's been a long time. What's with you coming out of nowhere to say these things to me? I'm sure you've heard from someone that I've gotten married, but I'm not sure who'd tell you that. Is there really a reason for you to be making fun of me already? I have every right to be making fun of a worthless person like you. Did you forget about the days we spent together back in high school? You were so poor that you couldn't even come with the rest of us on our senior graduation trip, LOL. And it's because of the way you always messed with me and picked on me in high school that I've had to live with such awful memories of those times. But we're both now in our 30s, right? Is there really a need for you to still be picking on me at our age? When I'd heard that you'd gotten married, I thought it'd be a good idea to give you a text. Well, thank you for going out of your way to contact me. Now, I have to get going. Who the hell did you end up marrying? I don't think that has anything to do with you. It doesn't, Jane, but I want to know. Do you mind answering me? If you're choosing not to tell me, then I'll just assume that all this talk about you getting married is fraudulent. I married a fisherman. Huh? The reason I don't want to tell you more is because this is his information to tell, not mine. So I really don't see myself telling you any more than that. A fisherman? What the? LOL. You both really are made for each other, LOL. Neither of you will have any money. Huh? What makes you have that idea of him? Well, I went to a really high-end university, LOL. I have every right to say that marrying a fisherman like him is the most uncool thing imaginable, LOL. Well, I'm sorry about that. I turned out to be the wife of a banker. Well, I'm glad that you were able to find a man with such a job to take care of you. But when you say a banker, what bank is he in charge of? He might own one of the banks that my husband works with. Are you kidding me? LOL. What makes you think a fisherman would ever work with a bank that my husband runs? Well, when we've talked about his work, he says he has accounts with all kinds of banks in the area. I think managing 30 or so. So I'm sure that my husband would know your husband's bank. It's not that big of a city anyways, and so there's a definite chance that he's at least heard of your husband's bank. Your husband's a fisherman, right? I can already tell that you're just full of crap now that you've lost at the game of life, LOL. You married a man that only has $30 in his accounts, LOL. Huh? I never said $30, did I? A banker's wife and a fisherman's wife. Which do you think is better? By now you should realize that you could only speak to me when I ask a question from you. What do you mean better? I don't think you should be thinking of us like that. Well, I've always known that ever since I first met you, you'd be garbage. But it seems as an adult, you've only managed to become a bigger piece of garbage, LOL. All right, say whatever you'd like. But if you plan to keep talking about me like that, can you just stop talking to me? This weekend there's going to be a class reunion. Do you plan on coming? You probably can't come, LOL. You won't be able to pay the entrance fee, will you, LOL? I'm planning on going, though. Really? LOL. Even though you've married a moneyless fisherman, do you really think you'll be able to get in? I think you're better off trying to save any money you can since you don't have much, LOL. You're worrying about me way too much, but thank you anyway. I plan on going to that reunion, but while we're there, you don't have to force yourself to come talk to me. Now, I really have to get going. I don't think I should go to this weekend's reunion.
Huh? Why not?
Well, I just got some really disturbing messages from a really disturbed classmate of mine. And now I don't really want to see her face again.
A disturbing message from a disturbing classmate? You seem to really hate whoever this is.
Well, yeah, I actually do. Ever since high school, I've hated being around her. And since then, I've enjoyed not really having to think about her. And no, she thinks she's some big shot because she's married to a banker. And now she thinks it's okay to look down on me because I have no money and am married to you.
It's rare that I see you talk about someone in this way.
I think so as well. But when it comes to people I hate, I have to say she's the only one that comes to mind. I'm sorry for coming at you about her out of nowhere. You don't have anything to do with any of this, so just forget about what I said.
Well, now that you mention it, one of the bankers that I work with's wife happened to go to the same high school as you, I think.
Really?
Well, a while back we had talked about it, and I'd assumed I'd find out this weekend if his wife really did go to school with you. But now that you brought this up, I think it's true. Back when he and I talked, we didn't go into much detail though.
I see. Do you mind telling me the name of that banker later on? I have some things I'd like to talk with him about. If you can't even pay to get in, you should go home, LOL. Don't think you can just get away with doing something like this. With doing what, LOL? I had to do this to someone as low as you. And when you just waltz into this reunion without a care in the world, I had no choice. Have your eyes been opened after being kicked in the butt? Do you think you can get away with anything because you're a banker's wife? You tried to get everyone to laugh with you and understand you after kicking me in the back and having me fall down those stairs. Do you really think that normal people act like that? You couldn't even pay to be here today, so you should just leave, LOL. This isn't the kind of place where a poor person can just stand around. Everyone started to leave when they saw you come in. No, I don't think I was the reason for everyone starting to walk out. I'm sure they didn't want to stick around any longer with someone that kicks another person down and begins to laugh about it. Can you leave now, you lowlife? You're thinking that I'm some poor woman is going to cause you a lot of regret here soon. Why's that, LOL? Aren't you just going to run home crying to that stinky fisherman? That's right. That's exactly what I plan to do. Look at me. I have a husband who runs a bank, LOL. There's nothing that moneyless husband of yours is going to be able to do to me. Are you still unaware that my husband and I are part of this city's elite? Are you saying that it's okay for this city's elite to kick other people that they don't like down the stairs? Well, that is what I'm saying, LOL. And since you still haven't even paid to be here, I want you gone. It's not like you would even be able to pay for the entrance fee now, right? You're married to a fisherman with only $30 to his name, LOL. Honestly, you don't even have the money to be complaining to me about being kicked, LOL. All that money he has there, he'll have it moved somewhere else. $30? Do whatever you guys would like with that chump change, LOL. And that's what we'll do. I'm going to head home now. And there, I'll talk with my husband about our next steps. I'm just letting you know that all the money we have saved there is going to be pulled out. Go right ahead, LOL. That'll have nothing to do with me, LOL. It's hilarious that you even think that doing something like that would be a threat to me, LOL. Hilarious? I think it'll only end up being hilarious for myself. I'll be laughing all day and night over what'll happen next with your selfish butt. Huh? You guys only have $30 for crying out loud, LOL. When did I ever say that my husband only has $30? He has over $300 million, and a lot of it is in your husband's bank. Huh? My husband is the kind of fisherman that owns a fleet of large fishing ships. What do you mean? I think you have the idea that fishermen are all poor by default, right? Well, I'm sure to someone without a bit of intelligence like you would think so. But in reality, there are fishermen that have very large amounts of money when it comes to their profession. And when it comes to my husband's company, it is very well known by all sorts of other fishing companies as a powerhouse. So that should help you understand him a little better now, right? Huh? So he's really bringing in millions of dollars for you guys? There's just no way. Is there actually a fisherman with that kind of money? I didn't even think that fisherman made enough money to save up. He should be moneyless, right? Well, I'm explaining to you right now that you're wrong. Fishermen can bring in huge amounts of money depending on what they do, and some can make millions if they begin to run their own company. It's strange that you never knew about this considering your husband's bank works with a lot of different fisheries. Don't tell me you never actually knew any of that. Huh? There are that many that have money with him? And my husband happens to be the one putting most of the money into your husband's bank. What? Huh? What do you mean, Jane? When someone ends up having that amount of money sitting in the bank's accounts, it's probably kept a secret, huh? I'm sure you could have never expected something like this, but my husband really is a huge customer of your husband. What? How can that be? I told you that this is a small city. Well, my husband now knows about what's happened here, and he's very much pissed. He's even started to think of having you taken to court over this. Huh? Take me to court? What are you talking about? You do remember kicking me in the butt and having me fall down a flight of stairs, right? But that doesn't mean you can just take me to court. That'll cost a lot of money, so you need to stop saying things like that. Well, I'm sorry, but I have money. You're just upset that you were wrong about me being poor. But in the past, you really were poor. That was the past, and we're not in the past anymore. When my husband has to pull all of that money out of your husband's bank, I'm sure he'd like to know the reason why, and we'll make sure he knows about everything. And when that happens, I wonder what could happen with your husband. He might lose the rights to his bank. Hold on, Jane. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that because of me, my husband is going to lose everything he's worked so hard for? That's exactly what I'm saying. He'll learn that because of his mistake in marrying a disgusting woman, her horrible choices will ruin his career. What the hell? You don't have to do this. If something like that happens to him, we'll be in huge trouble. Can you stop talking about that stuff now? I don't like the way you're threatening me. I'm not threatening you with anything. I'm just telling you what'll happen soon. And it seems that the woman that once made fun of fishermen is going to learn firsthand what they can do. Are you going to be a good girl and take the blame for this? Because you should know dang well by now that your bias against my husband was very wrong. I still can't believe this. I thought that all fishermen were poor. But now I'm hearing that your husband has been a customer of my husband. Can something like that really happen? Well, it's been happening, LOL. I'm sure this is too much for you to handle after all the terrible things you said about my husband and I. But I'm sure you understand the reality of your situation now, right? Goodbye now, you selfish jerk. LOL. I'd like for you to experience some pain now. Please answer your phone. I'm in a serious pinch now. I want you to do something about this. Please help me. Help you? Why would I do something like that? Because it looks like I'm going to have to get a divorce soon, and this was all your fault to begin with. Are you okay with me having to pay for your mistake? What are you going on about, LOL? There's no way any of this is my fault. You have to take responsibility for all you did and understand that getting a divorce is the only option your husband has. You're wrong! Because you told your husband about all of this, my husband ended up finding out as well. He then told me that I've caused some major issues for him at the bank and that he needs to get rid of me. Oh, is that so? Well, this is what you asked for, right? There's no way in hell I asked for this! What did I ever do to deserve this? You looked at me now the same way you looked at me back in high school. And because of that, you went out of your way to kick me down a flight of stairs at the high school reunion. That's all you happened to do, LOL. You can't talk to me like that. I am leagues above you now that I've been married to my husband, and I don't want to lose all of this now because of some loser. But what you ended up doing to me is no small matter, right? I'm pretty shocked that after all of this, you still haven't even given me a simple sorry. Sorry? You want me to say sorry to you? I have no reason to ever do that now. An elite like me saying sorry to a poor loser like you is ridiculous. I see. Then you can go ahead and continue with the path you've chosen for yourself. It's all a delusion of yours anyway, but who am I to care? A delusion? What do you mean? You said that I can't do anything to you because you're married to a banker. But what happens when you're no longer with him? You'd better hurry up and find yourself another banker so that you can stay safe. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Right now, I'm actually crying really hard while trying to text you. So you should be willing to forgive me now, right? Is that what you think's going to happen now? Listen to me, Jane, please. Seems more like you're ordering me to forgive you. I guess even something as serious as what happened yesterday won't change the disgrace of a woman that you really are. Well, luckily, I'm still very much upset with you over what you did to me in high school, so I'm going to enjoy watching what happens to you next. LOL. Huh? What? You picked on me for years, all the way until we graduated from high school, so there's nothing better than watching you get what you deserve. Well, I'm sure things from here on out are going to be pretty rough for you, but do your best. Wait, if this continues, I'm going to lose my husband and all my money. I can't let people think that I'm poor. Then maybe it's time you go somewhere where nobody will ever see you again. Goodbye forever, you moneyless dog. LOL. And during the next class reunion, I don't think you'll be able to pay the entrance fee. So don't bother coming, okay? LOL. After that, Eleanor's husband was no longer happy with what she had done as his wife, and so they got divorced. With the divorce, Jane and Joe were now willing to leave a little money in the bank, but still moved half of it as a lesson to anyone who doubted them. This still led to Eleanor's now ex-husband having lots of troubles within his bank. And so, to compensate for his losses, he took Eleanor to court where she was sued for ruining his bank's image. Not only did she end up losing her husband and the money he had for her, but now she faces losing everything else she has to her ex. Eleanor will most definitely have a rough life ahead of her and might as well give up at this point. But this is what she deserves for treating another person horribly, and she should learn from it as best she can. Our condolences to Eleanor. Hey, you no-good, grubby little leech. I want to know just how long you plan on surviving off of all my dad's hard work. Don't you realize we'd all be so much happier if you just got out of our lives? I haven't heard from you in so long, and this is the way you break the silence? I feel like you've been completely ignoring me around the house as well, you know. I really don't know what's gotten into you, but I'm starting to get a bit sick of it. I mean, you're not even cooking the meals that I'm making for you anymore. And just who do you think you are talking to me as if you're my real mom, huh? You really need to remember your place in this family, you parasite. I'm sorry that you don't like the way I worded things, but I don't see how anything I said was false. I don't care what's true and what's false. I just know that I want you out of our lives. I really don't understand. Why are you coming to me and saying all of this all of a sudden? It's not so sudden for me. I know that my dad and I are going to be just fine on our own. We don't need some outsider leeching off of my family's wealth anymore. I'm sorry you feel this way about me, but maybe you should talk about these feelings with your father first. Then maybe we could all talk about this together with each other. Maybe your dad would even agree to move out and take you somewhere. And just why would my dad have to do something like that, huh? It's his house. If anyone should have to leave, it should be you. I really think that you should talk to your father about this before we carry on with this talk. Besides, I make $100,000 a year. What am I leeching off of anyone? I think you just want me out of the house is all. But what I don't get is what you think you're going to gain by doing so. What am I going to gain? Well, that should be obvious. I'll finally be ridding my family of a disgusting parasite that's been living off of us for years. Even Dad is getting sick of having you around. He's always talking about how he has to work all day, but you always spend all of his money. Meanwhile, you hardly leave anything for him to spend on himself. Did your dad really say that? Even about him having to work every day? Well, it's true, isn't it? You're always coming and going to and from the house whenever you want, but Dad only ever goes to work and comes home, and that's all he has time for. And it's all your fault. You keep a short leash and don't let him live his life the way he wants. I hate what you're doing to him. Tina, I really think that you need to get a grip and reassess the situation. And I don't say that for my sake, but for yours, okay? Just what do you know, huh? Don't pretend as if you know what I want. I know that you're a selfish woman who only ever does things for herself. That's why I want you out of our lives forever. I am trying to tell you that you're making a mistake here. You really need to go and talk to your dad about this. He can explain it all. Let me go and talk to him for a moment, and then I'll come back to you, okay? Can you please just give it a rest already with what you say to Tina?
What the heck are you talking about? I don't really care, but can you lend me some money? I'm almost through my budget for the month, and I need more. Come on. You know that you don't give me enough anyways. Just give me a little more.
You want even more money? What happened to all that I gave you already? How did you spend it all so quickly? Anyways, we're going to be talking about money after I say what I came here to say. You need to have a real conversation with your daughter and tell her the truth about what's going on. The more you put that off, the worse my relationship gets with her. I am tired of her talking down to me, insulting me, and treating me like an idiot because of you, Todd. I am seriously starting to reach my limit. Do you understand me?
I don't know what you want me to do. She's your daughter now too, you know. Go be a good mom and learn how to control your children better.
Control her? Todd, she's already 17 years old. This isn't about controlling her, it's about giving her the information she needs to make her own decisions about life. You have to stop lying to her and telling her false information. She blames me for every single problem we have. It isn't fair that I should be the one taking all of the heat because you don't want to step up and tell her the truth. All of this would be solved if you weren't such a coward.
I will talk to Tina about my life when I'm good and ready to. Okay?
No, not when you're ready to. Now. You've been saying, when I'm ready, for years now. Don't you realize how this is affecting us as a whole family?
Yeah, of course. I know all that. And if you just give me a little more money, I'll really think about saying something. I promise. Now come on. I'm seriously down to my last few dollars. You've got to give me something.
You really are just the worst. Do you realize that, Todd? Hey there, Anna. I see that you've left for the day. You know that you don't need to bother coming back home ever, right? And just what is that supposed to mean? And since when did you start calling me by my first name? I mean that if you're already out of the house, you should stay out. All you do is make things worse, so just keep away. If you have something you want to say to me, why don't you just come out and say it? Well, I actually sent off the divorce papers for you and Dad. That means that you and him don't need to live together anymore. Dad and I are going to live together, and you'll have to go and figure out your own life. So you really did send the divorce papers for your father and I? And just how did you manage to get away with doing something like that? Well, you probably had no idea about this, but Dad had already printed out the divorce papers and kept them in his desk. I happened to see where he put them one day when he tried to hide them from me, and so I dug them out while he was away. I saw that he had already signed his name all where it needed to be. I really do need to thank Dad for being so prepared. So then you sent out divorce papers that your dad had already signed without telling either of us? I have to say that I am shocked at you. And since you don't even have a job, you probably won't be able to find a place to live now, too. I warned you that you should do a little more research into this before acting, but are you sure you really want me out of the house? Of course I am! This is what I've been waiting for forever! I feel like I'm having a dream come true! I'm finally getting to squash the horrible leech that's been on the side of my family for years. I feel at ease. It's like a great burden has been lifted off of our shoulders and the sun has come out after a rainy day. Just the thought of you being cold and homeless on the street is bringing me so much joy! Well, if this is what you really want, good luck, I guess. The one who's going to need luck is you! Whatever you say. I guess I'll take my leave from the house then. But I just have one last thing that I think you should know before I leave. And what last pathetic words do you have to say to me? I'm not the one who doesn't have a job. That would be your father. Wait, what is that supposed to mean? I mean that you said your father told you that he goes to work every day. That's a lie. All he does is spend his days at the casino wasting our money. Wait a second, you expect me to believe that? That's just ridiculous. Why would Dad lie to me about working? And why would he be spending all day gambling? I suppose this really is the first you're hearing about all of this then. But it's true. I'm afraid that everything your father said about me was just to protect his own reputation in your eyes, Tina. I don't get what you mean. This doesn't make any sense. Why would he need to worry about his reputation with me? I don't know. You should ask what he would have to gain by belittling me in front of you like he has been. He wanted you to take his side in everything. And you fell for it like a sucker. You defended him no matter what I tried to say, and you believed every lie he told you about me. No, this doesn't make any sense. You better start explaining yourself right this moment. In that case, one other thing you should know is that no matter how much your father put me down, he never wanted to throw me out of the house. And yet little did he know that he was pushing you to do just that to me with all of his lies about me being jobless. No, this can't be right. You're just trying to lie to me because you realize that you're getting kicked out. Well, I'm not listening. You're just some crazy old jealous loser. You can believe me or not. It won't really make any difference. But the truth is that I was giving your father money every month. He hasn't made his money in a long time, and yet you listened to everything he had to say about me. You really don't know when to stop all this, do you? I already said that I'm not listening to a word that you have to say anymore. Again, you are more than welcome to ignore all that I'm saying. But quite frankly, I've had enough of you two as well. But soon you'll be an adult, and you'll have to take responsibility for taking care of yourself. And then you'll have to choose whether to keep living with your father or go out on your own. I've actually learned how to take care of myself for a while now. We don't need you in our life anymore, so just beat it. Well, okay. But you do realize that if I leave, that means I won't be supporting you or your father anymore, right? There you go again, making up more lies. What support have you ever given? You really think that I'm going to fall for that? You act like you've given Dad and I everything when all you've done is taken. I know you're lying, so just stop it already. I'm not trying to upset you, Tina. I really am just trying to warn you. I just hope you don't regret what you're doing. Just shut up already, you old hag. Don't pretend like you're all that when you're really nothing. I never, ever want to see you again. You were never my mother, and I'm glad you're gone. Don't ever think of me as your daughter again. As of today, you're nothing to me. We are complete strangers. Okay then, I understand. I am not your mother, and you are not my daughter. Now, please don't come to me for anything else. Hey! Pick up the phone when I'm calling you, you stupid old witch! Can't you tell that your daughter is panicked? I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of work right now. Besides, I thought that you said you were going to stop calling me. But you were telling the truth about everything! I know that. What of it? Well, so now I finally know that you were. Please, you have to come back home to us. Dad is so mad all the time. I need your help. I really have no idea what you're talking about. Besides, I don't even have a daughter. What do you mean? How can you say that? I didn't. You did. You told me to never think of you as my daughter again. So I'm sorry that you're having a rough time right now, lady, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. Anyways, goodbye. Hold on a second. Is this supposed to be some kind of joke? I'm your daughter. You can't just walk away from me. I'm sorry, but I've already told you that I don't have a daughter. We're just strangers to each other, remember? Wait, no, you're not really going to abandon me, are you? I didn't know Dad doesn't make any more. And he's so mad at me for sending the divorce papers. He's so scary and angry all the time now. I don't understand what happened. So I guess you finally understand the kind of man your father is now. What do you mean by that? I mean that I was always trying to protect you from him, but maybe that was my mistake. Because he took advantage of that and lied to you about me instead. But I had no idea he was that kind of person. I thought that my dad was kind and sweet, and what should I do now? He doesn't have money, he doesn't work, he doesn't do anything but gamble and drink. I suppose you'd better find a job and start working then.
But I'm still in high school! I could only work a part-time job at best, and I have no idea how I'm supposed to go to college at this rate.
Yeah, and to think you wouldn't have had to take out any loans if I was still around.
What do you mean? You're not going to send me to college either?
Well, I had a whole college fund saved up for my daughter, but since we're no longer family, I'm afraid that I can't pass that on to you. So I'm afraid the only option left for you now is to work for your money.
Mom, please, you have to help me!
Please don't call me Mom. I already told you that I don't have any children. You and I are nothing to each other now, and I owe you nothing. You wanted it this way despite my attempts to warn you, and now you need to take responsibility. You're almost 18, so consider this your first real life lesson.
But I had no idea that Dad was lying to me. This isn't fair! How was I supposed to know that you were making all the money in our house?
I tried to tell you the truth over and over again, but you just refused to listen to me.
Well, then can I at least come and live with you? I hate living with Dad. He's so scary all the time. I'm so sorry for everything that I said to you.
I'm afraid that I have a policy against letting strangers stay in my house. Besides, how do I know that you won't just fall into your old ways of looking down on me and insulting me all the time?
But I need your help. I don't know what else to do.
Well then, take your first step as an adult and figure out what to do. Good luck, stranger. In the end, Tina realized that I was only ever trying to tell her the truth, and that it was her father who was lying to her this whole time. It was quite a shock for her to realize this, and she fell into a deep depression afterwards. Shocked by learning about her father's true nature and forced to start working to take care of herself, Tina ended up dropping out of high school and working to sustain herself and her father. She tried to message me asking for help, but I had already blocked her on everything by then. I do plan on stepping in to help her eventually, but if I'm going to pour all my money and heart into raising her, I think Tina needs to learn some lessons about the real world before I put her back on track.
Hey Vicky, are you there? Do you have a moment to chat at all, really quick? I just wanted to let you know something if you had a moment to text. Okay, I guess not. So I guess I'll just leave you a message here letting you know that I'm going to be moving back in with my parents. So, anyways, I'm really looking forward to seeing you soon, roomie. Hope you're as excited as I am.
Wait, what? What are you talking about right now? What is this?
I mean that, well, let's just say that things aren't exactly going super well with my husband, and so, well, anyways, I just don't really want to be dealing with him right now is all. But anyways, I'm just glad that I'll be coming home to people who understand and are on my side. People like you. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry, Danny. You're going to have to slow down and go over this with me one more time. I mean, is this some kind of joke or something? Or is it just your way of messing with me like you always do? Because I don't know why you think you can just come back here all of a sudden. Don't you remember you saying that you were never ever going to come back here?
I have no idea what you're talking about at all, Vicky. I mean, it's not like you really even have a right to be complaining about me coming home or anything like that. After all, you're living with my parents at their house, remember?
I know exactly whose house I'm living in right now, thank you very much for telling me. But that isn't even what I'm talking about right now. I mean that you were telling me that you're coming to live here with way too little heads up. But it doesn't matter because I also have some big news that I need to tell you. So just make some time to talk to me later today, okay?
Oh, yeah. I would love to talk to you and catch up and all that, but I'm actually just going to be way too busy doing other things.
You mean like going to the casino and coming back home pissed drunk and God knows what time? Because if I recall correctly, that was one of the reasons why you ended up moving out. You said that you were sick of us telling you what to do.
I'm so looking forward to finally moving in with you and Mom and Dad tomorrow. Isn't this exciting, Vicky? Can you believe that we're all going to get to live together just like one big happy family from here on out? It's just so great.
What are you talking about this time? Are you still going on about moving in?
I bet you thought that I had forgotten all about that when you hadn't heard from me for a while, right? Well, don't worry, I haven't forgotten one bit. I'm so sorry for not reaching out sooner. Wait, no, I'm not. I don't really care at all how you are or what you've been up to. But you're probably curious about how I've been, so I'll tell you that I've been doing really, really well. Thank you. I've just been so excited to move in with you and my parents.
Danny, I still have no idea what on earth you were talking about at all. What are you going on about?
Are you playing dumb, or are you actually just that stupid? It's actually the latter, probably, isn't it? Well, don't worry. When I'm there, you're going to smarten up when I make you into my maid. Then you'll have to do whatever I want, and you won't have any choice but to obey me.
Danny, you really have no idea what you were talking about at all. Besides, I thought I already told you that you moving in with your parents and I was not going to work. Don't you realize that none of us want or can handle living with you right now? Why can't you just respect our boundaries about that? I mean, you keep talking about moving in with your parents but you seem to be forgetting about your own brother. Have you even talked to Owen about any of this at all yet?
The only thing I need to talk to Owen about is how he could be doing much, much better than being married to you. But I guess it's a little late to say all that now. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll have him wrapped around my finger when I'm home. And then you really will have no choice but to do whatever I say. Isn't that right?
Danny, you have been talking out of your butt this entire time. Do you realize that? I mean, do you not think that we can't all see what's going on here? You got divorced and now you're trying to move back in with your parents. It's very obvious to everyone.
You don't know what you're talking about at all, Vicky, and nobody likes a know-it-all like you anyways. But who cares why I'm coming back home? If I miss my parents and want to be with them, then I can come back and live with them if I want.
I'm not saying that you aren't allowed to come back and live with that. I'm just not really sure that living with your parents is what you really want.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? What do you know about what I do and don't want? Do you have any idea just how stressed out I've been over life? You have no idea what I've been going through at all.
Well, I'm very sorry that life isn't feeling very easy for you right now, but that doesn't change the facts on the ground.
The only fact is that I'm getting divorced, and you have no idea the kind of stress that's been putting me through. And the only thing that is going to relieve that stress is moving back in with my family and having you as my servant.
Excuse me? You must know that that's not how this is going to work, right? I mean, you can't actually think I'm going to go along with that, right?
I don't care what you think, because it's not a servant's job to think. Your job is just to do as I say. Get it? And I don't remember even giving you permission to speak, so why don't you shut up until I say otherwise? Because if you don't listen to me, I am going to make sure that you end up on the streets with no one to take care of you. Is that what you want?
I take it from that reaction that you have not said a thing about this to Owen at all.
I don't need to explain myself to every single person that asks. All I'm trying to do is be less stressed in life. Is that really so bad?
Nobody is saying that it's wrong to not want to be stressed. I'm just saying that this is not going to go how you think it is. And I am going to ask you to knock this off a second time. Do you understand me?
And just where did this turn-off attitude come from, huh? You really think you can take me on? Because if it's a fight you want, then I am more than happy to give you one. Let me tell you that. Maybe then at least you'll stop talking back to me and learn how to take orders like a good servant.
Danny, the only person here who has no idea what they are getting themselves into here is you. I can assure you of that. But I am trying to warn you now that none of this is going to go the way you want it to. It's all going to blow up in your face. I'm sure that right now your life is really hard with a lot going on, But you are better off where you are than coming back here.
You really will say anything that comes to your mind to try and keep me from coming back, won't you? Don't you have any shame at all? Don't you realize that you shouldn't mess with me? Don't you know that I could get Owen and you to divorce in a second if I wanted to?
You have to be kidding me with that, right? You don't actually think that you can do that, do you?
Oh, why don't you just wait and see when I get back there, huh? You'll see how obedient of a little brother I really have. And then you'll know to listen to me when I tell you to do something.
Well, then I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Owen and I actually got a divorce last month.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I guess you hadn't heard the news yet, huh? You really don't talk with your brother about anything at all, do you? Yeah, him and I aren't together anymore, and I don't live with him or your parents any longer. So, I'm not living with your parents, and when you kept saying you were going to come and live with me, that just wasn't true.
So then, you two really got a divorce, and you're just telling me this now? Are you kidding me? What's the matter with you?
That's right. I did leave your brother, and it's because I couldn't stand living with him anymore. He was nothing but a leech, and so were your good-for-nothing parents. So if you want to come home and live with them, then fine, but that's not my problem anymore.
But I don't get... What do you mean they were leeches? What were they doing to make you say that? I don't get what you're trying to tell me. Can't you just talk to me straight, please?
The only thing that I have to say to you is that you were going to come here and try and use me to get your stress out. But I was already more than stressed having to live with your brother and your horrible parents. So I know for a fact that you moving in would have pushed everything over the edge. And it's not like I didn't really try with Owen and your parents. But I finally hit the limits of patience and could make myself go no further.
But, I mean, why hasn't anyone told me about this? You'd think it would be pretty handy to know that my own brother got divorced.
I didn't bother telling you because I didn't want anything to do with your brother, you, your parents, or any of your family ever again. And you should also know that I am never going back to live with them again.
But wait, I don't get it. The whole reason why I'm coming back is because I owe my husband money, and I thought I could save some by living with my parents.
Well, if that is what your plan was, then I'm afraid that you never had any hope for that to work in the first place.
What is that supposed to mean? Why wouldn't that have worked? You're saying that I won't be able to save money when I move in with my family?
I'm just telling you now that living with your parents is going to be far more expensive than living on your own ever was.
But how can that be? How could it be more expensive to live at home with my parents? That doesn't make any sense at all. What would some housewife like you know about anything?
Well, first of all, I've had a full-time job since last year, thank you very much. And second of all, up until the divorce, I was the one paying for everything for your family.
What do you mean by that? You can't really be serious about that, right? What is going on here?
Do you even talk to your family at all? How have you not heard any of this? What is the matter with you? But if you must know, your whole family is just awful at saving money, and the only thing they are good at is spending it on useless things. The whole reason I found a job is because your lazy brother quit his job and ordered me to work in his place.
But they can't be doing that. Don't they realize how stupid of a decision it is to have you be their only source of income? Please tell me that you're joking right now. I thought that Owen was working for a nice company and made a good salary, but now you're telling me that they've all just come to rely on you?
That's right. So I'm afraid that if you moved back in with them now, you would just end up taking my place for them instead. Maybe at least then you'll believe me when I tell you about all the horrible things that your family had been putting me through before I left.
You have to be lying to me. There is no way that my whole family would act that way towards you. But more importantly, do you really think that's how they would act towards me? I mean, if they were really all being so horrible to you, I guess I really do understand why you ended up divorcing Owen. Sounds to me like they never even made you feel like part of the family.
And you were going to add on to the stress by trying to use me like some kind of servant. So it's not like you're exactly blameless in all of this as well. But anyways, good luck dealing with all that.
Wait, hold on a second. This can't be right. Why am I even listening to you? I mean, you're divorced from my brother, and now you're just telling me lies about my family to try and turn me against them? I can see what you're doing here, you know. I'm not going to be fooled. But I don't even want to see you coming around my family again. It's obvious that you don't have their best interests at heart, and you were the one using them.
Well, that's fine, because like I said, I don't anything to do with them ever again. And if you really think that I would ever come back to them anyways, let me double down on that and tell you never to come to me for help. Because I won't be there for you at all.
Oh, please, you think that anyone would ever need you? You're a good-for-nothing, useless housewife, and that's why my brother left you. So just stay away from my family.
I already told you that I don't want anything to do with your family. How many times are we going to repeat the same conversation?
We're going to keep repeating it until, hypothetically, if this was a script being written by an author with a word count, that word count would be satisfied. Hey, Vicky, are you there? I was just wondering if you and I could talk over the phone for a little bit, maybe? There are just a couple of things that I want to talk to you about.
Well, whatever they are, you can leave me out of it.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that, Vicky. Please, I'm your ex-sister-in-law. You have to be there for me.
I really don't have to do anything for you at all if I don't feel like it, Danny. In fact, you told me to stay away from your family, and I told you that I wanted nothing to do with you. So I don't even know why I'm even responding.
Please, just answer the phone. It's really, really important. I need your help right now.
I thought I told you that I would never ever help you if you came and asked me. So what do you think this is going to accomplish for you?
It's just that, well, everything you said was really true. About my family, I mean. I really can't believe it. Not only are my parents jobless, but they and my brother all have huge loans that they need to pay off, and they're all expecting me to help them out. At this rate, my savings are only going to last another week here.
Yeah, well, they're your family, so it sounds like more of a you problem, don't you think? Anyways, I've got better things to do right now, so I'm going to go.
Wait, hold on. You can't just leave. What are you talking about? I tell you that you were right, and that's all you have to say to me? Don't you think you're being just a little too cruel right now?
Not really. I think that I don't owe you anything, and I'm reacting exactly how I told you I would. In fact, you're lucky that I'm even still talking to you. Don't you realize who you are to me?
What do you mean by that? What am I to you?
You're my ex-husband's sister. That basically makes you no one to me. So why are you even messaging me? I thought I told you that I didn't want anything to do with your family anymore.
But this is really, really important. Please. We are basically out of money, and I don't know what we're supposed to do. I really, really need your help right now, Vicky.
Look, Danny, we talked about this. We had a long circular conversation about this, don't you remember? Because if you forget, then let me remind you that I said that I divorced your brother, I moved away from your family, and I would never ever come back to live with them again.
But please, I thought that you would come back and help me if I really needed it. I mean, we're family, right? Isn't that what family is supposed to do when we're in trouble?
And I literally told you that if you came to me to ask for help that I wouldn't do anything. I told you that, don't you remember? So why do you think things would be different now?
Well, because I thought that you would want to help me. I didn't think that you would leave me like this. But that's it. What if you come and live with us instead? How does that sound?
First of all, you and I aren't family, so let's get that straight right now. Second of all, I already said that I'm never ever going back to live with your family, remember? And if you must know, I am loving living by myself. It is gratifying and liberating and so much better than when I was living with Owen and your family. In fact, I hope you all tear each other apart for all that I care. Because like I said, I don't want anything to do with you or your family ever again.
But then, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get out of this mess? I mean, how are any of us supposed to get out of this mess?
Let me change the subject really quick. You got divorced with your husband because you cheated on him, right?
How did you figure that one out?
Well, because I've heard you bragging about it before. So it's not surprising that he found out about it. But anyways, I imagine that when you two did get a divorce that he probably sued you for quite a pretty penny. Here you thought you were going to be able to live with your family and save money to pay them all back. But instead you just joined the rest of your debt-ridden family.
Please, Vicky, things weren't supposed to go this way. I didn't think this was how things were going to end up. I need your help. You've got to do something. Please, move back in with us and help us all out. We need you, Vicky.
In the end, I heard that Danny ended up reaching out to every single other person she could think of for help with her problem. And from what I heard, she had burned just about every bridge she had made with anyone who might have been willing to help her under better circumstances. In the end, I think about half of the people that Danny knew ended up blocking her number. She was expecting to move back in with her parents and not have to worry about a thing. She even thought that I was going to be like a personal servant to her. Danny thought she was going to be able to boss me around while she paid for nothing and only had to worry about herself. But things went far, far off from where Danny thought they would. Instead of being taken care of by her family, Danny found that she was forced to be the main breadwinner for her family. It was obvious to everyone, however, that living like that wasn't sustainable. I heard that Danny and her family ended up selling their family home and moving to a much smaller apartment in the city together. I've heard that each of them have started to work as well. I can't imagine they are saving much money with all of their individual debts. But if you ask me, I think this is just what they all deserve. One can hope that if they do manage to get out of this, that they will have at least learned their lesson. As for me, however, I really was enjoying getting to live alone. After spending my entire time married to Owen, taking care of him and both of his parents, to have just some space for myself was just what I needed. Of course, after a while of being divorced, my heart began to wander and I thought about finding someone new. It was actually just around then that I happened to run into my future husband at the grocery store. We were both grabbing the ingredients for the same recipe that we saw on TV, and that was how he ended up asking me out a date with him. After that, things fell into place rather quickly for us. We're already engaged to be married, and I couldn't be happier. It really does just go to show you what a difference having a healthy and supportive network around can make. But it also highlights the importance of being able to take time to be alone and reflect on things.